and welcome back to a brand new episode of Talk of the City. I'm your host, Chelsea, and I'm here with two new members from our teen council board. You guys can introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Ryan. I'm 17 and I'm a senior at Miramar High School.
Hi, my name is Christiana. I'm 14 and I'm a freshman at Somerset Academy.
Okay, so last time we were on the episodes, we went really deep into sports. So, and since the Super Bowl happened since the last time we were here, I thought we can talk about that a little bit before we move on to a different topic. So, did any of you guys watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not really a big football fan myself, and I didn't really watch it, but I've seen like a lot of opinions online immediately after the game ended. Specifically, I'm pretty sure it was like with the penalty at the end. Like,
I think it was a ridiculous call, to be honest, man. I think it killed off the game. I think obviously the Chiefs were coming back and Philly were a bit weak at the end, but it just killed off the game. I feel like if we had went to overtime, it would be a better spectacle overall. So I don't know. I just think the call is very iffy.
I've seen clips, and like apparently the game was like really tight until that moment, and then essentially like that penalty just like called the game for which one who won?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs,
Kansas
right?
City. It was 35-35 going into the field goal. So I mean, and there was around 50 seconds left after it, so the game was finished. Like
a high starting point, but like it ended really low.
The game, I'm not even a football fan like that. I'm much more into soccer. But anytime I do watch the Super Bowl every year, and it was one of the best I can say in my lifetime, apart from that moment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My teacher, he used to do this thing. I had a teacher in ninth grade, and he had this thing where he was a really big Super Bowl fan. And he was like, okay, guys, we're going to do Super Bowl predictions. You have to guess the exact score it will end, who the MVP, the coin toss, and who will win. And then, like, you get extra credit based on how much you get right. And one kid, he almost got, like, the exact score to score right. And he said that, like, in all his years teaching, I don't really remember how many years he said, but he said that, like, only one student has ever gotten, like, the exact end game score of the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's skill. That's skill. I've tried it before. It doesn't end up well. Yeah.
And then everyone's favorite part usually about the Super Bowl, at least for people who even don't watch sports, is usually the halftime show. And this year Rihanna performed, and it was like really one of my favorite halftime shows. I really enjoyed the whole her singing a lot. Like, I don't really watch halftime shows that often, but it was really fun to catch songs like, oh wait, I know that song.
Yeah.
And I was like singing along too, and it was really fun.
Yeah, I knew a lot of them. Like, I was surprised because like it's like her greatest hits of her entire career. And I especially loved how she went up. Like, I was just like in shock the entire time.
Yeah. When I saw like the platforms, like I love heights, like I like really being high up, so I like love the idea of moving platforms. But when they like zoomed in on one of the dancers, it was like literally shaking while they were moving, and then I was freaking out. I was like it kind of just hit me like this, like literally just like obviously it's not like normal string, but it's like hanging on by just like string things, and I'm like, I was like really scared. Like I'd be scared to like dance on that. But like you all that meme on TikTok when someone was doing the TikTok dance on the platform.
Oh yeah.
And they were like jumping up and down. So this made me think like, how many times have they practiced on that? Because I feel like I'd be like too nervous of things like wobbling, and they're like, ooh, 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 ooh.
They've probably gone into a studio before, probably, and maybe worked on platforms like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely, watching it was kind of scary. I saw one person stumble on them. Yeah.
And like I was thinking, like obviously they're like suspended in the air, but is there like a roof? Like it's a stadium, so where are the strings attached to?
Yeah, it's really confusing, the whole thing.
There's definitely some engineering into that. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like really fun, and I really like. Have you guys seen the memes of like the guy who's like crawling, and then it's like, oh, like the seat paralysis?
Oh yeah. It's a whole trend on TikTok now. Yeah. I've seen that.
It's so funny seeing other people imitate it like at school, and then you'll see the people in the background being like, what the heck? Yeah, I really enjoyed the whole show. And I think like Rihanna, she was great, the whole performance and stuff like that. And I overall just really thought it was awesome. Do you guys have any other?
My biggest takeaway from it was at my house watching it, all my mom could talk about is, oh, I think she's pregnant. And then I said it was just what's it called? Since she just had a baby.
Postpartum.
So, postpartum. Yeah, exactly that. That's what I thought it was. But then
she's actually.
Yeah. My mom kept saying she's pregnant, and then afterwards, even during the game afterwards in the second half, the reports were coming out that she was pregnant. So that was the main topic point for my household.
And I've seen other dancers on TikTok like talk about their experience on it, and they were all like, "Oh yeah, I've seen Rihanna before in practice, but she was always making a really big trend check, so I didn't even know she was pregnant until the day of, and people started talking about it afterwards."
It was definitely a big secret. Yeah.
And so for the commercials, I always hear like really ridiculous and wacky commercials go on, and I did see a few of them. Like firstly, my favorite was the T-Mobile one where they were all like singing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just kind of.
It was the stars of Scrubs, right?
Yeah.
The TV show. Yeah, and then John Travolta. Yeah, I remember that one.
Another one was the Tubi, the one where they changed the channel.
Yeah.
And it was like, I've seen a lot of people like on social media be like, "Oh, I'm the person in my house that got blamed." Like, "Oh, why'd you change the channel?" But it was just a commercial, so that was really funny to see.
And you guys know that trend where it was like, "Oh, who?" And like it was the movie. It was called it was the model one where the guy he was like I don't want to make a weird face now, but the model who was walking with the weird face and the other guy who was like watching, he's like, or the other clip is like, "Watch your step, brah." And it was like,
oh, that trend.
He had one of his own commercials too. He's like, "Oh, you can't tell I'm acting, can you?" He's like, "Oh, this is Pepsi. Can you tell I'm acting?"
Oh, what's his name from Zoolander?
Yeah,
That's what
Zoolander.
I'm
That was the
talking
name
about.
of the movie.
Zoolander. Yeah.
I knew that's so really unrelated to the movie, but yeah, I really liked his commercial a lot. Like it was really funny.
I watched the show Breaking Bad, so I really liked
the popcorn.
Yeah. It was just a replay of everything that happened from like season 1 to around season 3. So it was just, I watched it probably in like a month or so. So it was definitely like a binge for me.
I've never seen Breaking Bad before. Like I know
it's
absolutely nothing except isn't that Walter White song from Breaking? That Walter White sound like, "Oh yeah, I kept Walter White out of jail." Yeah. I've seen that, but after that, I know absolutely nothing about Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and they also have a spin-off show,
The Better Call Saul.
Yeah. It's good as well.
Wow.
They're both. I think they're both around 5 seasons. Breaking Bad's 5 seasons, I think, and then I think Better Call Saul is into its 6th. So definitely a watch for the viewers at home.
I might actually take into that because really lately, I think with college, obviously college apps and stuff are like dying down a little bit, but I haven't really had time to really sit down and watch a show. So I might actually look into Breaking Bad. But I usually like watch like cartoons and stuff like that, so I'm not like really as much into real people shows.
The dramas.
But I'll give it a watch definitely. There's this kid in my class who came during like our homecoming spirit week. He came to school as like Walter White, so
he had the ball cap on and everything.
It was funny. So I will definitely give that show a listen. But now that we're onto the topic of shows, you can like talk about our favorite ones that you guys.
So Outer Banks season 3 came out. I've been watching that. It's super good.
I've only watched episode 1, so is the rest of the season good?
Yeah, it like leaves off right where it came off, so it's really like easy to watch like through season 1 through 3.
Cool.
And I've never seen Outer Banks.
You need to get onto these shows.
Yeah, I really need to get onto more. Obviously, I have never seen Outer Banks before. But I have obviously I've seen it on Netflix before. But can you tell me kind of what it's about a little bit?
It's basically like treasure hunting. So that's how it starts off, and it just like follows this group of friends called the Pogues as they like navigate like the struggles of being a teen, and then obviously they have their parents, and it's really a dramatic show, and they're just like traveling and trying to get treasure.
Do you have a favorite character or someone?
Probably Kiara.
No.
Who's your favorite?
You only see one episode. How are you saying?
No, I've seen episode 1 of season 3.
Oh.
So I don't even think I really have a favorite character like that, but I can't get with Key.
Really?
I can't get with Key. I don't know.
Why can't you?
She just ruined it. I don't want to spoil the show, but there was one episode. It was either season 1 or 2 where she absolutely ruined it. They were this close to getting someone put into the position that they should have been in, and she just spoiled it. She shouted. She spoiled it.
Oh.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. I know I don't want to ruin it for the viewers, but she spoiled it, man. They were this close. Yeah, I can't go with this kid.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and you don't have a favorite character like everyone else is kind of.
No, not really. No.
Well, my favorite show that I've kind of been watching right now, Like I'm really into. I kind of said this the first time we met back at like our meeting way back in September. But I really love Gordon Ramsay like TV shows. Like, I'm a Gordon Ramsay like show fanatic.
Like Kitchen Nightmares.
Yes, Kitchen Nightmares, Hell's Kitchen, and MasterChef. I've like watched all of them. I haven't watched every single episode, but like I've seen like I finished everything in MasterChef. I've watched a bunch of Kitchen Nightmares, and I'm on Hell's Kitchen. I haven't watched it in a while. But he came out with this new show for the first time in 12 years called like Next Level Chef, and basically it's like these like kitchens on like 3 different levels, and like the bottom one's like really grimy and dusty. They don't have like a blender in there, and the potato like veggie is so big, and the standard kitchen, and they're like a really top level kitchen. Yeah, and he has like 2 other chefs there, who are like mentoring other people. So that's the show I've been watching lately. Cause over quarantine when we were all like staying at home, like me and my family all like sat down and watched MasterChef. So seeing Gordon with this new show was like it's really fun because it kind of reminds me of MasterChef. MasterChef is my favorite amongst them. So like it reminds me of MasterChef because you'll have like cooks and stuff like that, but then it's also professional people and a lot of people who actually like do social media cooking. So it's like Twitch streamers and stuff like that, which is kind of like bizarre to hear because Gordon's like, what the heck is Twitch?
Yeah. Are you into cooking?
Yes, I love cooking myself.
All right.
What's your favorite dish to make?
My favorite dish to make. Okay, this is kind of baking, but I love making cheesecake. Yeah.
How do you? Can you give us a step by step?
Okay, so basically you have like your cream cheese, and it's like supposed to be somewhat a little bit melted. So you want to like leave it outside of your fridge for a while, and you put it in anything. You mix it with like your egg and like your sugar, vanilla. Sometimes I add like lemon if I want to have like a lemon flavor. And basically you mix it up, and you have to buy the special pan for cheesecake because obviously when you bake like normal cakes, you put it in the pan and then you flip it over and it comes out. But you can't do that with cheesecake because it's like cheese on the top. So you have to buy this pan that like the sides come off, and then it's like a tray itself. So yeah, and then I also usually make the crust myself. So I get like graham crackers and like I smash them and I mix them with butter so they can stick together, and I put them on a tray. And I pour the cream cheese mixture onto the bowl, and then I put it in the oven and I cook it for a while. But then I have to take it out like an hour later, and I have to put it in the fridge for like 6 hours so it can like solidify and cool down. But once you do that and you have like strawberries, it's delicious. It's like so great.
I'm a cheesecake fanatic. So
I love cheesecake.
One of these days.
I like plain cheesecake. I like the classic New York style the best, so that's usually what I make. But I love cheesecake. That's like so great.
If you ever go to New York, there's a famous one named Junior's. It's in Brooklyn, right before you get into Manhattan, on I believe, right on the same street where you're going into the Brooklyn Bridge. Junior's. It's really famous, and they have some good cheesecake.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I'll keep that in mind actually. So other shows that you're interested in?
You is coming out. The last 5 episodes of the new season. So I already watched the first 5. They came out February 9th. And then Netflix is going to release the second half of the season on March 9th. So yeah, that's definitely a show to watch.
It's on my list.
I've heard
great things about it.
It's a hard watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll have to bear through it, but it's a really good show. So yeah, I would recommend it.
Good to know.
Okay, I want to be that person again, but I haven't seen you either. I haven't watched a single episode of you either. So I just know it's about a guy who like I guess stalks this girl, but
so all right, so Joel is a bit of a weird character to say the least. So yeah, his whole thing is that he sees himself as a lover. So he sees himself that he just sees this girl. Each season kind of has a different girl that he's intrigued with, and he just sees himself as this lover. But everyone normal would see him as a psychopath. But he sees himself as a lover, and everything that he does is for the love of the girl he's intrigued with.
Right.
And he'll just go to crazy steps. He'll break into their house, look through all their information and everything like that, scroll the depths of social media and everything to find out all their past and everything. It's crazy. Joe, he's a crazy character.
The only thing I've seen about you is on YouTube, like when he's, you know how it's like, I know he talks in his head a lot, like voiceover a lot. So I've seen the scene without the voiceover. And it's so funny because it's all like,
that's you just be outside your window just looking in and saying that it's for love. It's crazy.
I've seen clips of it like on YouTube with Jenna Ortega.
Oh yes, and season 2. Yeah, season 2.
Yeah, so you probably watched Wednesday, right?
I have. Yeah, I really liked it. I've seen like the the Addams Family movies, and it was really interesting to see how like Netflix kind of changed it, but like kept some of it, and it really focused on her. So I really like that show.
Okay, I did watch Wednesday, so I did watch it.
And this is the first time I haven't watched. I watched half of the first episode and I just couldn't get through it. I don't know why.
I was kind of a bit hesitant to watch the show because I was like worried because I've never seen anything about the Addams Family before. So I was like, oh, am I gonna like miss out on some stuff? But like I just jumped into it because all my friends were like, Wednesday, Dinner, Tinga. But yeah, it was really good. I had no idea if in the original one they have powers like they do at the show, like in the show. But I think it was overall really great. I love like her outfits throughout the thing and her whole like.
Yeah.
And I feel like the behind the scenes of the show is really like the best part because you get to hear all the actors talking and how she's like, oh, I like try not to blink and stuff like that. And it's like the stare and how like, oh, her bangs, like he would like Tim Burton like spray her bangs, they'd be like stuck there for hours. So like the amount of details and like work that you put that I didn't like I wouldn't have like never noticed. I probably wouldn't have paid attention to the fact that she doesn't blink. And I'd be like, oh, man, why is she so creepy? Well, she's creepy because she doesn't like really, she's always looking down and doesn't blink, so.
And I heard that she learned the cello for that.
Yeah.
So she like took a lot of time to learn it, so like it could be really authentic, and I really like that.
Yeah. I think the instrument part is really cool, like, especially since I used to, like, this was like back in middle school though, but I used to like play the flute sometimes, and not sometimes, I was in band.
I play it too.
So I used to play the flute, and sometimes like my teacher would like let other flute players like play the piccolo too. So yeah, I feel like I feel like her enjoyment of the like her actual practice of the cello I feel like makes it like all the more authentic. I know you're in band. Like,
yeah, I play the flute too.
Oh.
I played for 4 years.
Oh, did you like play before middle school? Or, like you like brand new?
Oh no, I started in 6th grade. I'm in 9th now, so.
Yeah.
You still in band?
Yeah, I am.
Doing it?
Yeah, I know you're marching. I see like the kids in my band at school who are like doing everything and practicing all the time. So I really like applaud band kids because like I feel like you guys are the hardest workers in school.
Thank you.
You're still like juggling extra practice and obviously still school and stuff like that. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question for the two of you. So we were talking about recent shows.
Yeah.
But do you have a favorite show pre-2000?
Pre-2000.
Like that came out before the year.
Yeah, so in the 90s, 80s.
Oh yeah.
You do?
Boy Meets World.
Okay, yeah.
It's such a classic, and I feel like it's just like, it's a good show. Like obviously like, it has a lot of life lessons, and it's just a good show because you get to see the characters grow like gradually. So like if you look back to like the first episode, I'm like on season 3, and I'm like, wow, they really grew up, and it's really cool to like watch them navigate their life.
Were you a Girl Meets World fan when that show was out?
Yeah. So I watched the spinoff before I watched the original, but I do like the original more. Like, 'cause I think Girl Meets World it's good, but like nothing beats the original.
Yeah. Like, so I'm gonna probably sound cheesy for saying this, but my favorite like show before 2000, I guess, is like be Naruto. Like I really.
The first episodes were before 2000.
Yeah, there was like I think. Probably. I know at least the manga was made before the 2000s.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe I am wrong about it being out, but like that is definitely my favorite like old time show. Like Naruto, it was just like a fun show, and it was really easy for me to get into it and stuff like that with the whole like ninja stars and stuff like that. Like with Naruto and stuff like that, I feel like now like watching new shows now with like cleaner animation, I kind of like every time I go back to like watch it, I found it so hard because like it's so old and like the little square thing and like it's so grainy looking. Kind of like makes me think, oh wow, like television and entertainment, especially like in animation, but also like real life people acting too, has just gone like so far away, so like far and ahead in its steps. There's so many different like improvements, like effects and animations and stuff that's so smooth now that I really do enjoy it a lot to see like the improvement.
So do you enjoy original Naruto more or Naruto Shippuden?
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to say I enjoyed Naruto Shippuden more.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my show. I wasn't watching Naruto when I grew up. I was like watching this way back, like towards the end of 8th grade and 9th grade. And I was like, especially in 9th, I was like binging through this show like crazy and stuff like that. So yeah, original Naruto, like I know Naruto Shippuden had like its claws on me, and I was like watching it all the time, like oh my gosh, I have to get it done.
Yeah, I get that definitely. I reached episode 350 and there's 500.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm bad. I was watching it in 2020, 2021. No, I watched the original Naruto in January from there of 2021, and then I was already on Shippuden by August.
Yeah.
Episode 350. and for some reason I just stopped watching. And all the time, my friend said, "We're gonna spoil it for you because you haven't started finishing it yet." And it's been 2 years or something like that, and I still haven't finished it. So I definitely need to finish.
I get that. My friend, she hasn't finished the show either, and she's like telling me, "Oh, it's so hard after watching shows like Demon Slayer. It's so hard to get back into it and stuff like that." But and the show is crazy long. Like it took me entirety from watching original Naruto to it took me 6 months in its entirety to watch the whole thing. But and
I know my issue is that for some reason. From original Naruto to Naruto Shippuden, I said I was gonna watch all the fillers. I don't know why. But I said I was gonna go through it. I was gonna watch all the fillers, and then I'm just stuck on this like 2-3 arc run of fillers, and I just can't get through it. But I don't want to skip because I've gotten this far.
Really, you haven't?
I've watched every single episode, so all 550 of the 700 with the fillers and everything. But now I'm just stuck for 2 years because I can't will myself to watch the fillers.
Oh my.
But I can't skip now. I'm too far gone. So
I'd say you're definitely better than me because I skipped the fillers that were boring. I was like, especially after I noticed that after some point, at first I didn't really know what filler was, but then at some points I kind of realized, wait, why is nothing happening in the plot? Like it's just the same thing over and over again. They try to find Sasuke and then they fail. And then they just I'm
Do you watch any anime?
I don't.
You don't?
No. I try to get into it and it's like. I don't know, I'm a really fast-paced person, so I've watched the first season of Demon Slayer, but that's pretty much it.
No, but Demon Slayer is great. Demon Slayer is a fun show, and I hope you liked it. If anything,
I did.
So a movie that came out recently that everyone's been raving about is Avatar 2. Now, at first, I wasn't really planning to watch it. I was like, oh yeah, Avatar. I wasn't really crazy about it. But my friend invited me, and I hadn't seen her in a while, so I decided to go see it with her. And I saw the movie, and it was great. But I went without watching the first one, so I was completely lost. I was like, I'll watch it. I'll watch a short review on YouTube. I didn't. I went there, and they were talking about, oh yeah, Sully and Jake, and I was like, who are these people that you're naming and stuff like that? I had no idea who was who for the first 30 minutes of the movie. I was just sitting there confused. So I had absolutely no memory of the first one. But you watched the first one?
Yeah, I'm the opposite of you. So I watched the first one, but I haven't gotten the chance to watch the second one yet. And to be honest, I watched the first one to watch the second one.
Yeah.
Because I watched it on Disney Plus a few weeks ago to watch the second one. I just haven't gotten to it. But it's a really good show. It's long though. I think both of them are around 3 hours. So
I didn't know that. I went to the movie. I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a simple 1 hour, 30 to 45 minute movie. But no, it was I got there at 3:45 and it was 6:30 and I was still there. I was like, what the heck? Why am I still here? But not to say that I hated the movie. I didn't hate it. It was really good. It was really great. I enjoyed the action scenes and the characters were fun. And not to spoil anything, but I kind of I feel like the plot was kind of typical of how a normal action movie goes. So I kind of saw how it was going. But I thought the effects and the avatar stuff was they looked really cool and their eyes were really big and detailed and stuff. I was like, oh my.
So a couple of weeks ago, I saw the first one because I've never seen it before then, and I wanted to watch the second. But my family's waiting until the second comes out on a streaming. I think it's Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna watch it. But I'm excited to see how much the editing has improved from the first to the second. So.
Yeah, because this is the first movie came out in 2010, so this is a 13-year wait. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I heard that in that span of time too, they already started working on the next movie too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the next 2 or more planned out. They just have to edit all the clips. It's all filmed.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like movies they go too far in the for example, Fast and Furious. It was one of my favorite movie series to watch over the years, but it's just too much now. They need to kill off the series. I hope Avatar doesn't go into a place where they're just repeating scenes over and over again throughout the movie. So I hope the next 2 installments are good.
I get what you mean, because sometimes I feel there are shows and movies or books that have a perfect ending, but then the author feels need to continue the franchise for whatever reason it is, whether it be because it's so popular or for money and stuff. And I do get what you mean, how it ruins the show, because at some point we deviate from what the original point was to begin with.
100%.
Of course.
Yeah.
At one point you're this isn't even what the original plot was about.
Yeah.
We're just making a whole new genre. There's no value to it.
So I feel knowing when to end a show or when to cut it off, I feel that's probably one of the really strongest points a creator can really go through. So okay, this is what I have to do to like this is where the show is. It's great as it is now. We don't need to go any further. Like this is a great conclusion, great ending. Sometimes things don't need to go on forever.
That's where spin-offs come in. Spin-offs can be used to try to keep an audience from a specific kind of series, but move off from the original plot and all those things.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so with that, I think we're wrapping up today's episode with that. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time with a new set of members that you'll be meeting. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.